Good evening. My name is Michael Galoyu, and I'm going to be your host for the evening. Um, Thank you all for spending time with us tonight. This is the training for the 2024 Democratic Party of Hawaii State Convention. Uh, uh, we're going to go over the participation agreement that you all signed by being allowed to be appointed to committees, asking to be appointed to committees. We're going to go over committee folders, committee structure, meeting procedures, and convention deadlines, and then we'll do any Q&A at the end. So, uh, by all being here tonight and agreeing to be part of the committees, you've all signed an agreement stating that you will attend a training like tonight, and know the rules for the meetings, attend all meetings with the understanding that if you miss the meetings, you can be replaced by the chair of the party. Bring the information from these meetings back to your constituents. All these convention committees will be recorded and posted at the convention's YouTube channel. The final reports posted to the party's website will be by May 10th, 2024. And we ask you not to unsubscribe from the convention e-list. Presentations from the chair or vice chair of the respective committees explaining the committee's work will be recorded and posted at the convention's YouTube channel as well. After either tonight or tomorrow, you'll be granted access to view only for the access for the a Google folder, which will allow you to see what your committee has to work with. The folders will have the proposals that have been received and updates as items that are received. Proposals that will be posted at least 24 hours in advance of your meetings, in which they are going to be discussed. To ensure that every member is able to fully participate, it's highly recommended that everyone reads the proposals before your meeting. There will be a late proposal subfolder, but you will not have access to that until sometime after the deadline. And there are two different deadlines. And we'll cover that a little bit later. Proposals received after the deadline can only be considered after all other proposals that were received on time have been discussed and voted on. And then only if 2/3 of your members present agree on that, take up that proposal. By voting to take it up doesn't mean you actually have to agree with the proposals. Your committee structure. Every committee has a chair and a vice chair who are voting members. The co-chairs of the state convention are ex officio non-voting members on all standing committees and do not count towards your quorum. So that includes JC, Rena, and myself. Quorum for platform resolutions and rules is 13 members. Quorum for affirmative action and credentials will be set at a later date. All members shall convene at least 5 minutes in advance of the scheduled time for your meetings to begin. Once you are logged in, all members shall remain themselves to reflect their name and who you're representing. So if you're from Senate District, what have you, Oahu, if you're representing a caucus, etc. It is highly recommended that all members participating use a computer to see the screen share for the proposals, because we will be using screen share like we're doing tonight to see as things get updated in real time. Meeting procedures. Members must use the raise hand feature to be recognized by the chair before speaking and will be recognized in the order their hands were raised. Members may speak twice to each question, no more than 3 minutes per speech. Members after recognition will speak so that they are heard clearly by the members, and if this is not possible, the chair will repeat the remarks made by the members for their benefit for all the participants. Insertion or replacement amendments must be typed into the chat feature for all members to see, starting with the line number where they are seeking their amendment to be inserted. Deletion amendments must be typed into the chat feature as well for all members to see, starting with the line number and beginning with the word that the amendment they're seeking to remove and the last word in the deletion being sought. Scribes will make all amendments in suggestion mode so you all can see them before you vote on them. Voting will be done by roll call. Names and votes recorded in the minutes. If more than 5 members object to a motion, if less than 5 members object to the motion, The motion will pass by unanimous consent. Participants shall minimize external distractions. Members shall mute their phones, microphones, what have you, when they are not speaking. Members that fail to mute themselves will be muted by the chair, co-chair, or their scribe. Discourteous and insulting speech is a breach of order and may be cause for loss of debate privileges or removal from the meeting if the breach is repeated. All participants will ensure that they're in an area with a strong signal, good reception, or have a strong internet connection. Members who leave the meeting prior to the end of the meeting must inform the chair of their departure. Member must leave may interrupt to inform the chair that but may not interrupt any other member who is speaking. Chat for each meeting will be saved. Here are your chairs and your vice chairs. For affirmative action, we have Melissa, and vice chairs Tyson. Platform is Rochelle, and the vice chair for platform is Kaleo. Resolutions is Luke and Gregor, and rules is Danielle and Jim. And we appreciate them and we thank them for their service to our party. Deadlines. April 2nd through May 2nd, district councils need to hold a meeting to have elections to fill delegate and alternate vacancies. Movement within district is allowed, but only after there's been at least one additional meeting. So those of you that had a in-person meeting on April 2nd, you're all good. They can start crossing precinct lines. If they did not have an in-person meeting on April 2nd, they cannot cross precinct lines for your house district. You can never cross house district lines. Only the district council members can vote. After May 2nd through May 7th, the district chair can appoint to fill the vacancies for any leftover anything that's available from delegate and alternate vacancies. Deadline for everybody to register, unlike you all, because I know you all registered and paid to be a voting member of your committee. If you have not done so, please do so tonight. The deadline for early bird is April 6th. And we will only grant you your access to your folder if you've registered and paid after tonight's training. The credentials committee will attempt to move up alternates to unregistered delegate slots from May 8th to May 10th. All the deadlines are available on our convention website. More deadlines. We talked about the early bird. April 8th is coming up. This is for anybody in the party to file nominations for awards. That includes the Meritorious Achievement Award as well as the Cocoa Award that was introduced last convention. April 12th is the deadline for members to submit amendments as well as resolutions. April 27th is the deadline for candidates for the SEC Senate Reps, Party Chair, National Committee person. April 19th, which I don't understand why it's not here, is the deadline for counties to submit their packets. May 6th will be the last opportunity for your committees to meet. Your committee co-chairs, chair and vice chairs will set your meeting schedules. And if you have to have one last meeting, the last meeting can only be on May 6th if you need that. By May 13th, all your reports will be on the website from all the work that you all did. May 16th is a deadline for delegates to request separations from all your reports and to be debated at the convention. May 16th is also the deadline for delegates to register to speak on any items that were separated. And the state convention is May 18th and 19th. May 18th being hybrid in person at the Hilton Hawaiian Village as well, and then May 19th, if we need that date, will be online only. So there we go. That's the training. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to stop recording and we'll answer questions. Now that you've watched the entire training, you need to email Pineapple to michael@hawaiidemocrats.org. All right. Pineapple is the word of the day. It's to Michael at HawaiiDemocrats.org. Alrighty, aloha.